Angel Reese calls Caitlin Clark too little.
Angel Reese stood at center court, doing that now infamous too little gesture, celebrating like she just clinched a championship title. The scoreboard behind her screamed 113-96. That's back-to-back wins over Caitlin Clark, back-to-back demolitions of the Indiana Fever, and these weren't nail-biters. The Atlanta Dream didn't just beat Indiana. They absolutely annihilated them, setting a new franchise record for points in a single game, 113 points. In a regular season game, it was a statement delivered with a smirk and a swagger, and on the surface, it looked like a total domination.
Clark with 5 points in the early going and gets fouled there by Canada. And then Caitlin and Angel with a little something to say to each other.
Backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in.
7 assists, very efficient, 61.1%. We did our job. Listen, all you Caitlin Clark haters, Indiana people, listen, this was on the team, and I'm going to do another video. This was not on.
Reese was right there, front and center, basking in the glory, making absolutely sure everyone saw her celebrating. But if you were one of the millions who actually watched the entire game, not just that final, shocking score, you knew something was fundamentally wrong, something deeply unsettling, long before the Dream truly pulled away. This wasn't just a bad night for the Fever. This was something deeper, something systemic. Something that raises serious questions about the strategic decisions being made on the sidelines. Questions that the entire WNBA fanbase is now screaming into the void.
Try to do all this and that, to Caitlin try to turn down stuff. This wasn't no Caitlin. Caitlin did what she...
Backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in.
Cesspool. It is prison for this girl having to go work at that damn facility in this organization at this point. I want Caitlin Clark free from the Indiana Fever. Y'all don't want to fire this bum Stephanie White. Y'all don't want to get rid of this ball hog Kelsey Mitchell. Then let Caitlin Clark go. Free her to another team so she can get out of here, man. This is ridiculous. Absolute insanity. The Indiana Fever got embarrassed in Atlanta, 113-96. It did not look like it was about to play out this way in the first half. Caitlin Clark was on an absolute heater to start out the first quarter. The girl was 3 for 3 from 3. She had like 11 points, was lighting them up.
Because here's the reality check, the uncomfortable truth nobody else wants to say out loud. Caitlin Clark did not lose this game. No, this game was actively taken from her. Her incredible performance, her undeniable impact, her ability to electrify the court and the viewership numbers, it was all systematically dismantled by the very people who are supposed to be unleashing her, not holding her back. And until we acknowledge that, we're missing the entire devastating story.
Is there a reason why she keeps benching Caitlin Clark in the second quarter? Because they go to timeout, or they go to the end of the quarter. There's time in between that, yada, 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 rest, blah, blah, blah. They come back from TV commercial, Caitlin Clark's still out. Aaliyah Boston and Kelsey Mitchell were still in. Caitlin Clark came out hot. Caitlin Clark did all she could in this game, although she had 5 turnovers in the third quarter. That's not good. But from an offensive standpoint, she did all she could. There were blown...
Backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in.
Such an idiot. Ty Harris hadn't played the whole game. You subbed her in when the Indiana Fever cut the lead to 10 with 7 minutes left. Why are you subbing her in the game? She hasn't played all night. She's freezing cold. You're trying to make a final push to get back in the game. Why are you subbing in Ty Harris? Stephanie White is an idiotic coach. She's a buffoon, a clown. She needs to be fired immediately. This is a joke, you guys. What they have done in Indiana is absolute, just a travesty, man. It is ridiculous what they've done with this team. The Indiana Fever suck. The Indiana Fever are going to run around beating up the bums of the league. The Connecticut Suns, the Toronto Tempos. They'll beat the Seattle Storm. This team ain't good, though. They can't beat any good team in this league.
Let's rewind, because the beginning of this game told you everything you needed to know about what Caitlin Clark is truly capable of when she is actually allowed Asterisk to play her game. In the first quarter, Clark was an absolute force of nature, completely unstoppable. She dropped 13 points, shooting an insane 5 of 6 from the field, including 3 of 4 from three-point range. The Indiana Fever, with Clark leading the charge, were on a blistering 37-point first-quarter pace. Think about that, 37 points in a single quarter. That kind of offensive output would have been a franchise-level performance if they had sustained it for all 4 quarters. The Fever led 37-30 after the first 12 minutes against an Atlanta Dream team that came into this game with significant momentum, confidence, and a defensive submission. It was a masterclass, a glimpse into what this team could be. Backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in.
How she plays this end of the floor. Shot clock didn't start. That was the reason for the slight delay there. What I thought was cool in looking at Atlanta's history when it comes to teammates who are 1 and 2 and
Clark was reading the entire floor at full speed, making lightning-quick decisions, getting into her signature pull-up rhythm from logo range like it was a layup drill. She was making the exact plays, the exact decisions that turn regular WNBA games into must-watch television, into viral highlights that break viewership records. In that first quarter, everything was working exactly the way it's supposed to work when you build your offense around the best playmaker, the most dynamic scorer, and the biggest draw in the entire league. And then, hold up. Did you catch what just happened? Head coach Stephanie White made her decisions, and those decisions, they absolutely cratered the entire game plan.
I just think just my work. I think people don't realize rebounding is harder than you think. Defensive rebounds a little bit more easier, but going in and crashing every single time to get second chance opportunities from the offensive end, you can look statistically, they're not just from my shots, they're from my teammates. And it gives us more points. It gives us more opportunities. And just being able to come out and do what I do every single night just shows to my consistency. And I think a lot of times I'm really hard on myself about how well I want to be and how great I want to be, but just taking my time and just knowing that I've done some great things and just patting myself on the back and just knowing that I want more.
Backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in. Now listen to this part, because this is where the narrative shifts from bad luck to baffling strategy. Here's what happened to the Fever after that explosive 37-point first quarter. Their scoring completely cratered. They managed a mere 22 points in the second quarter, a shocking 15 points in the third, and only 22 again in the fourth. Meanwhile, the Dream stayed consistent, dropping a cool, calculated 26 to 30 points in every single quarter, never wavering, never panicking, never needing some dramatic halftime adjustment. They didn't unlock a secret weapon. They just kept doing what they were doing, and the Fever, inexplicably, stopped doing the one thing that was working. The math on this is impossible to argue with. When the Fever were running the offense through Clark and letting her operate, they scored 37 points in one quarter. When White pulled back from that approach, the offense collapsed to a pathetic 15 points in a quarter. 15. You're talking about a catastrophic drop from an elite offensive pace to one of the worst output quarters a professional team can possibly put together. That's not the opponent getting tougher. That is, unequivocally, the coach getting in the way.
That Michael Jordan and Caitlin Clark shoe debut games ended with a loss. Look, just let that set in. Because people want to try to clown Caitlin and be like, oh, this is it. Oh, she tried to show her shoe off, her little shoe off, and she lost. And when Michael Jordan released his first shoe too, he also lost. And I'm saying that to say, y'all do realize this is basketball. You're going to win some, you're going to lose some. Just because she lost that game, that doesn't say that she's not going to have a great career. She's not going to be the best WNBA player of all time. She got a great chance.
Backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in.
Caitlin Clark gets in front of the mic and says, Caitlin Clark checked out. She's done with Stephanie White, man. She's not going to get in front of the podium and absolutely slam Stephanie White the same way Stephanie White throws her under the bus routinely. There's already a huge smear campaign going on versus Caitlin Clark. If she gets mad that a ref doesn't call a foul, she's a horrible person, all of this stuff. So she can't really say anything publicly about Stephanie White letting it be known like, yo, the coaching stinks, Kelsey won't pass the ball, all of this stuff. She can't really say anything, but this thing is over, man. Stephanie White blames Caitlin Clark for the loss per usual. It's absolutely ridiculous.
This isn't just an isolated incident from one game. This is the pattern that repeats itself every single night. Caitlin Clark gets hot, the offense starts flowing like never before, the crowd gets absolutely electric, and the Fever suddenly look like world beaters. And then almost predictably, Stephanie White deliberately moves away from running the offense through her. It's as if the moment things start working too well asterisk, something clicks in White's coaching philosophy that says, slow it down. Run the system, trust the structure. But here's the kicker. The structure doesn't have 13 points in 12 minutes. The structure doesn't pull peak viewership numbers of 3 million people. Clark does. And the moment you take the ball out of her hands, the moment you ask her to function as a passenger in a system built for someone else, the scoreboard starts looking exactly like what it looked like in that dreadful third quarter, 15 points. Stephanie White isn't a bad person, and she's certainly not sitting in the locker room trying to sabotage Caitlin Clark. But coaching decisions don't have to come from bad intentions to produce absolutely disastrous results, and these results are bad. The evidence is on the tape, it's in the box score, and it's in the quarter-by-quarter breakdown that fans have now watched repeat itself across multiple frustrating games this season.
Something like this finally happened, because I got so tired of all you, I'm tired of being nice, weirdos, and I'm talking about on both sides of Caitlin fans or Angel fans, talking about they're friends, they're cool, oh, they don't have problems with each other, they like each other, oh, this and that, oh, they're like, shut up. No, they don't. If you clearly can tell that if you was in Caitlin's shoes, you would not like the person that's done all that type of stuff. You wouldn't. So why do y'all think Caitlin don't rock? I've been telling y'all that. Y'all like, what? Do you rock with your biggest hater? No.
Backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in. Now let's talk about what was happening on the other side of the floor, because it certainly did not go unnoticed, and it played a significant role in the game's momentum. Angel Reese was out there from the opening tip, seemingly asking her teammates to go down, flopping, selling contact that was barely there, leaning into defenders at awkward angles, and finding increasingly creative ways to get to the free throw line. The officials, unfortunately, bought it more than once. And every single time a Dream player hit the deck, pointed at a Fever player and drew a whistle, the crowd reacted, the momentum visibly shifted, and Indiana had to reset emotionally on top of already being in a scoring drought. This wasn't just aggressive play. It was tactical, it was deliberate, and it was one of the ugliest, most cynical strategies in basketball. Using the officials as a weapon by constantly rewarding exaggerated contact and turning the game into a free throw contest. Backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in. And get this, Reese herself picked up a flagrant foul in the game, so she wasn't exactly the poster child for clean, by-the-book basketball on this particular night. She received a flagrant one after review clearly showed her foul had wind up, impact, was a non-basketball play, and had potential for injury. It was a dangerous, unnecessary play. And yet after all of that, after the flagrant, after the flopping culture she was actively encouraging and participating in, she stood at center court, arms outstretched, celebrating like the Dream had done something truly historic and honorable. They did win, yes. The celebration, though, deserves critical context, because this isn't just about one game. It's about a pattern of behavior that goes beyond competitive fire. Backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in. Just 2 days before the 113-96 demolition, the Dream marched into Gainbridge Fieldhouse, the Fever's home turf, and beat Indiana 108-1. Reese herself put up 21 points and 11 rebounds, with her critical layup and free throw with just 23 seconds left sealing the deal. The Fever had fought back that night. Clark had dropped 26 points, Kelsey Mitchell contributed significantly alongside her, and Indiana made it a competitive game until the very end before the Dream held on to close it out. So 2 games, 2 losses back-to-back, and both times Angel Reese was celebrating demonstrably, making sure her actions were aimed directly in Caitlin Clark's direction, before the locker room doors had even opened. You want to understand why this stings beyond just the score, because Clark never calls anyone out. She never takes cheap shots. She never stands over someone after a big play. She is relentlessly professional in a league where some players have decided that being antagonistic toward her is its own, very profitable form of personal branding. And Reese has made a career out of making sure every single win over Indiana comes with an exclamation point aimed directly at number 22, fueling a rivalry that Clark herself has never asked for. Backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in. But here's the other part of the story that deserves honest attention, the part that gets lost in the highlight reels of celebrations. Angel Reese, despite the headlines and the perceived dominance, couldn't consistently finish over Clark. That's not a typo. In the half-court, when it mattered most, when Indiana desperately needed stops and Reese needed to be the primary bucket getter, she actually struggled to get clean looks over Clark's contest and the Fever's interior pressure. The Dream's massive offensive night came overwhelmingly from Ryan Howard's 24 points and Alicia Gray's 22, not from Reese dominating Clark one-on-one in the post. Reese's true impact was in her relentless rebounding and her physical presence, drawing fouls and creating second-chance opportunities, not in systematically breaking Clark down in isolation, plays the way the post-game celebration might make you believe. But when the camera cuts to the celebration, none of that crucial context makes it into the moment. You just see Reese with her arms out and Clark on the losing side, and the false narrative takes hold. Backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in. Now let's talk about what this losing streak is costing the Indiana Fever and the WNBA outside of the box score, because the timing of all of this matters far more than most people are saying out loud. On June 16th, just 4 days before that second devastating Dream loss, Caitlin Clark announced her groundbreaking first signature Nike sneaker, the Caitlin One. This isn't just any shoe. It's available in multiple colorways, launching on October 1st, and built around brand new Nike Opticast technology designed specifically to reduce drag and enhance on-court movement for players. This is a massive, unprecedented commercial milestone, the kind of signature shoe announcement that most WNBA players have never seen, and frankly, never will see in their careers. And Nike, a global powerhouse, had built their entire marketing campaign around this exact moment, around Clark's ascendancy. The plan was for wins, for triumphant narratives, to follow this monumental announcement. Instead, what we got were back-to-back losses in games where she produced at an elite level in the first quarter, only for the coaching staff to inexplicably walk away from the very thing that was working. That shoe, that moment, deserved to debut into a winning story. Instead, the entire marketing window got sabotaged by a coaching philosophy that, for whatever reason, does not prioritize winning through its generational star. And the people inside the Nike deal? They know it. The people tracking the social media amplification? They know it. Everyone knows it, except, it seems, the person drawing up plays in the Fever huddle. Backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in, backslash in. And this brings us to the part of the conversation that is deeply uncomfortable to have, but absolutely necessary if we want to be honest.